you should be respectful. You think just because you're disabled, you can do whatever you want.
Oh my God.
Do people ever think that you're like faking it online?
I mean, one time there was like this like website. One time there's this website and I was like, they sent me swimsuits and I like posted for their like brand deal and they were like, oh my God, she just like edited her arms out of these photos. And I was like, nope, that's definitely not it. Yeah. So someone thought that
They accused you of editing your arms out?
Yeah. Like actually taking the time to Photoshop my arms out of every photo. That's just like time that I don't have, is the reality of that.
But there have been some cases of like people pretending to have like disabilities online.
Yeah, that's true.
People like pretending to have Tourette's.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's like a slap to the face?
Yeah, I think it's like completely disrespectful to people who actually struggle with visible and invisible disabilities. There's actually this community called the transabled community, and it's like people who are able-bodied and they'll do something to disable themselves, and it's usually for like government benefit. Yeah, I did a whole
I'm gonna move
paper.
this because it might be blocking your face.
I did a whole paper on it in undergrad.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's so...
Yeah, like there was this guy who chopped off like 3 of his fingers and was like, I'm disabled. And I was like, you're not.
So for the people that don't know, because I actually don't know, were you born with no arms?
Yeah, it's congenital and lost.
So it's like, that's why you're so good with everything else, is because like you've never even had, and if at any point I offend you or I say something out of pocket, like feel free to tell me.
Yeah.
But like you've never even had the ability to figure out how to use them.
No, yeah, exactly that. Like I don't know a world with arms, so it's like I made a TikTok video on like this is my normal. Like I genuinely can't say that I know a world with limbs. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely different from someone who has traumatic limb loss because they had all of their limbs and then they became disabled, which is like not a great situation either, but it's 2 different experiences for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I felt kind of bad because when I first saw you guys here, I waved at you and I was like, is that...
Oh, that's fine.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your go-to when somebody waves at you?
I'll just smile at them or like acknowledge them.
Or do you like shake your head?
Like twitch.
No, like... like, do you have like a replacement for the wave?
Whoa.
Like, do you shake? I'm literally just... Okay,
Like earthquake?
let's change the fucking subject. What did you say your friend wanted?
She wants a video.
Your friend wants a video?
Yeah, I told her, I was like, okay, I'm going to Canada for this. What do you want me to bring you back anything? Like, I was thinking like a food or something. Like
Yeah,
something.
maple syrup.
Yeah, like, just the usual. She's like, okay, this is gonna sound really funny, but I just want a video of him saying, hi, Sonia. I was like, okay.
Okay, do you want to do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So funny.
Let me make sure I look good. Just say action.
Okay, all you have to do is say, hi, Sonia. Action.
Hi, Sonia. I love you. I don't know.
Why did you say, hi, Sonia?
Can I do it again?
Take 2. I thought you would just be like, hi, Sonia, and wave, because you have your
We
arms.
just had to wait. Okay.
Okay, take 2.
Hi, Sonia. I love you. Thank you for your support. Okay, that's it. That's all you're getting.
Not the prayer hands.
So, how do you text?
With my feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, text, type, write.
So when you're like day-to-day walking around, where do you keep your phone?
It depends. Well, usually in a bag of some sort, but I like to have bags with outside pockets, and that makes it much easier to get it out on my own. Or I have like a crossbody bag that has like an outside pocket that's a different shape.
Oh, like just like easily accessible?
Yeah, but I also have a watch, so I get notifications on my phone, on my watch.
Can you show the...
Kind of looks like an ankle monitor if I have the black band on, so I changed it.
You know what? Do you need help?
Negative.
Do you get bothered if people always asking you if you need help?
It depends. Like, if it's someone annoying, then I get annoyed. You're okay. You make the cut so far.
Okay. So, yeah, because I was going to ask you what your favorite accessories are, considering...
Yeah.
I was going to say, because you can't wear a watch, but... Do you get all the same...
Never say never.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist?
I like Harry Hudson.
Harry Hudson?
Yeah.
Who's that?
He's kind of depressing, but I like his music. Or Dermot Kennedy's good too.
Oh.
Do you like Dermot Kennedy? I went to his concert.
Oh, really?
In Seattle.
How was it?
It was awesome. Couldn't see shit, but these nice people move for me.
Do you ever, like, milk it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
If I have to live like this, I'm gonna milk it.
Yeah, I know. I would too.
Yeah. Like, I was like, hi, I can't see anything. Can you move? And they, like, looked at me, and they were like, sure, sweetie. And I was like, okay, cool.
Well, I mean... You not having arms doesn't have anything to do with you not being able to see.
Right, but I like to make people uncomfortable.
Right.
Also, that's how I got a window seat on the airplane here.
No arms get you a window seat?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe you should just chop your arms off.
Do you ever get annoyed at people who, like... How do I say this without sounding like an asshole? Do you ever get annoyed at, like, people who really, like, victimize themselves that are able-bodied?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, as someone who is disabled too, I can, and I mean, I'm in school for social work, I can take time and be like, I might be disabled, but I still hold so many privileges that a lot of other people don't have. And I think I get frustrated when I'm able to, like, reflect and be like, going to school is a privilege, getting into school is a privilege, being able to sustain myself is a privilege, being able to do social media, that's a privilege. So when I have, like, people who are able-bodied, are rich, and they still find something to complain about, I'm just like, please just stop. Like, that's like the number one way to get under my skin, is doing shit like that.
I feel like you would hate me.
Really?
These days I try not to complain a lot. But, like, the other day, like, my laundry machine doesn't work, and I have to wash my clothes, like, in the tub. And I'm like, fuck, man, this is so hard.
Okay, no, but that's like a valid complaint. I just mean people who, like, need to have something to complain about.
Oh, I see.
Because I'm like, I would also be very frustrated if the laundry wasn't working, and I would also probably complain about that. It's just like the people who, like, really have nothing to complain, like, oh, I have to run a bunch of errands, I have to go get a coffee, and then I have to go to this workout class, and then I have to do all those, like, I'm just like, that's not something to complain about. You have the privilege to buy your coffee, go to the workout class, have that membership. Like, I just don't like that kind of energy.
You're talking more of, like, a general, just, like, complaining, not about, okay.
But, like, that makes a lot of sense. If my laundry was broken, that would ruin my day. Like, I can't stand doing my laundry.
Yeah, but, like, I can't imagine doing my laundry with my fucking feet.
Yeah, it's really and the building I live in, the washer and dryer.
I've seen it.
Do you see my TikTok?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You're, like, on a step ladder.
Yeah.
Reaching. Because, like, I even get annoyed when a sock gets stuck to the side of the dryer.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you get it out?
My friends, I almost fell off the step ladder, and my friends banned me from ever doing my laundry by myself again.
I imagine you quickly realize if somebody, like, really cares about you or not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I think now that I'm in grad school, like, I've had my fair share of really
What school?
Grad school.
Grad school.
Yeah. I've had my fair share of really awful friends. And now that I have really good friends, I'm like, the standard is so high now.
Whoa. Would you be my friend?
I don't know. I don't know you well enough. But probably.
Are you single?
Yes.
By choice or?
I went through a breakup, like, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long were you guys together?
2.5 years.
Whoa. I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I also am, like, not willing to lower my standards and, like, what I believe is respect and kindness and unconditional love for someone else.
Yeah, because dating is even hard for me.
Yeah.
I imagine.
I mean, it's hard for everyone, just in different ways.
Yeah, but I mean, for you, it's probably even fucking harder.
Yeah, that's true. Especially like the way that there's so much misunderstanding.
Yeah, but I feel like you have a really quick like either this dude likes me or he doesn't, because you're like, hey, by the way, I have no arms.
Yeah, I'm also just a really blunt person. Like,
Blunt?
yeah, you could ask my sister. Like, I'm such an upfront, just like no bullshit type communicator that if that's gonna be the issue, I'm like, you're gone.
Whoa.
Yeah. I just don't have patience for it. I really don't.
I really respect you.
Like, if people, I don't know, like I've met some guys and they've been like, oh, well, like, how do you wipe your butt? And I'm like, do you have a brain? Like, why would you ask me that?
Wow. Where do you think you draw the line between disrespect and like curiosity?
I think it's just, I feel like I have a good read on like what someone's intention is when they're asking me a question. Like, if they're like, oh, I'm really curious about how you do this, or I've always been interested in wondering, like knowing about this, like that's different than if someone is just saying some out of pocket rude statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like my sister and I both can really tune into like how someone's asking it, what their tone is, what verbiage they're using. And that's when we're able to like filter out when it's like worth our energy and when it's not.
Because like you probably use a bidet.
A what?
A bidet.
No, I don't.
Wow.
You probably do.
I do.
Yeah. Has hands, can't wipe his butt.
My shits are just like out of control.
Okay.
Sorry, let's move. It's hard for me sometimes because like there are questions I want to ask people that are disabled. Gotta wait for this. You want some water? Like there are questions I want to ask just because I'm curious, but I don't want to come across as disrespectful. So I think for me, it's all about trying to walk the line.
I think it's always, like in those situations, I think it's always good to be transparent with your curiosity.
Sorry, we gotta wait, I'm sorry. We should milk it right now and say, hey.
I don't have any fucking arms.
Can you shut up?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is something that you feel like you have like fucking mastered with your feet or without arms?
Writing. I have better writing and penmanship than anyone with their hands that I'm friends with.
Are you right-footed or left-footed?
Right-footed.
I mean, I feel like I could write better than you.
I don't know about that.
Really?
I have really good penmanship.
Wish I had a piece of paper. We could test your theory.
Yeah. We should get, I'm sure they have paper. Or I can write with your pencil.
The Apple Pencil?
Yeah. That's what I use for school.
Okay, let me write a sentence first.
Okay. You're gonna spend like 25 minutes trying to make this your best product ever.
All right.
Hi, my name's Derek, and I use a bidet. See, you're writing so slow because you're trying to make it look really good. And incredible.
Your foot writing looks like a font.
That's what people say to me.
Whose is better? Fuck, that's so embarrassing. Wow. If you could swap, like take away your legs and have arms, would you do that?
Absolutely not.
No.
I can't picture. But the
Because
thing
you would have to learn how to write and do everything again, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is I have people in my life who are lower limb different, and they say the same thing. Like, they can't picture themselves without arms.
I think you
feel like
need to understand the hit that my ego is taking, knowing that you can write better than me with your feet. Because I hold myself to a high standard of handwriting. Okay, what if one day you woke up and you had arms, what would the first thing you would do? What would be the first thing you would do?
I feel like I'd feel really unbalanced.
Yeah.
Because I think as, like, not having arms, I'm always very aware of my balance and, like, my weight distribution. Because I'm always, like, standing on one leg and to do something. And when I do that, I have to be really mindful of, like, where I'm centering my weight all the time. Because otherwise I'll just, like, fall over.
Because, like, the go-to, oh, I'm trying to balance, is people go like this.
Yeah.
So you just have to...
Yep.
Damn. Do you think your balance is better than mine too?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was a dancer, so I can, like, really balance.
We're just gonna do one foot?
Yeah. Oh, that's lame. This is lame. Put it up. I'm not even moving.
Okay, shut up. Sit down. I was gonna offer to help you with your chair, but no.
I got it. I'm a strong, independent woman.
Do you drive?
No, but I will. That's one of my goals post-grad.
What's the, like, do you just not drive because you haven't tried?
Yeah, but my sister learned how to drive. She doesn't have her license, but she went through driver's ed, and she just hasn't had an interest in driving, but she can. Like, I've ridden in a car with her while she drove.
What's the way to move the wheel?
So we would have our right foot on the wheel, and we would use our left foot for the pedals. And we can do it without any accommodations, but I think when I start driving, I would use accommodations just to make it easier.
I think I would probably get pulled over if I was driving with my feet. I try to avoid using my feet at all costs, just because.
Do they stink?
My feet fucking stink.
Ew, yeah. I feel like you're someone who would have stinky feet.
I've, like, gone on dates before, and they've been like, oh, let's go back to my place. And I'll say no just because I don't want to take off my shoes, because I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for stinky feet?
Well, I have good foot hygiene because I have to. So I, like, wash my feet, lotion them, that kind of thing.
Maybe that's why mine are bad.
Yeah, can't picture you washing your feet. Like, I wash my feet like someone washes their hands.
Yeah. Also, like, when you do start driving, you can't flip people off. So what are you gonna do, like, when somebody pisses you off?
Honk my horn. Also, anyone in my life will tell you that I have a look.
Oh, yeah. You have, like, a replacement?
Yeah, like, ask my sister, ask any of my friends. They like, literally just the other day we went to dinner, and I gave this guy the look, and they were all, like, silent.
Can you do the look?
I don't know. I can't do it on command.
Oh, you need to feel the rage.
Like, it's very, like...
If at any point throughout the rest of this interview, I really piss you off, give me the look and we'll see if people catch it.
Okay. It's, like, very, like, it's the look.
I feel like you maybe already gave it to me.
No. It's scarier.
You have the watch. Do you drive? You have the look. Have you ever... Can you swim?
I used to be a swimmer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have to wear a life jacket?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I always make fun of my friends who can't swim because I'm like, you have arms.
I mean, if it's 2024 and you don't know how to swim,
Yeah.
you know.
That's like a red flag.
Yeah.
Can you swim?
Oh. You might be able to you might have better handwriting than me, but I will outswim you.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah?
It's easy. I mean, you basically, like, arms is a very powerful part of being a strong swimmer.
I think I might even be able to, like, limb for limb beat you.
What do you mean?
Like...
Oh, I don't know about that, actually. I have really strong legs.
Do you use, like, are you like what kind of stroke do you do?
Backstroke and freestyle are my strongest.
Is it like this one or like the...
That's breaststroke. You don't know the strokes? Says he's a better swimmer than me. Can beat me limb
I'm
for
a
limb.
freestyler, okay?
Doesn't know the 4 strokes.
I
of
don't
swimming.
live life by the rules that society gives me.
Of swimming.
What about, what do you do when it rains?
I hate wearing jackets.
You hate wearing jackets?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're so annoying to get on and off, and vests are cold. You're still cold because there's big holes in the sides.
Is there any sort of like umbrella that you can use?
Those like weird little like windmill ones that you can stick on top of your head, and I'm not walking around public like that. I'd rather just get rained on.
Yeah.
When I have to, I mean, I live in New York right now,
Yeah.
so
On a scale of like 1 to 10, how like disabled friendly would you say New York is?
3, 2.
3 or 2?
Yeah. It's horribly inaccessible.
What could they be doing better?
It's just like small things that people don't think about, like the curb cuts not being even for someone who's
The
in
what?
the curb cuts.
What is that?
Like, you know, where it's like not the sidewalk, but somewhere where someone can enter with like a stroller or a wheelchair.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
the ramp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oftentimes, like the voice, what's it called? Voice dictation at the subway stations is broken for someone who has a visual impairment or is neurodivergent.
And you know what really pisses me off? Or do you get really pissed off when the automatic doors don't work? Like it's just a lie.
Yeah.
It's frustrating for me.
Yeah. That's something that I'm working. I'm serving on the student body as the student union president this year.
Excuse me, where do you get all this time?
I don't know. I don't sleep enough, that's for sure.
You don't sleep enough?
Yeah. But that's one thing I'm advocating for. And
Sleep?
I wish, no, but the automatic door openers to work, that's
Have
for
you
sure.
ever like seen a guy you thought was cute, but like stood at the door and been like, oh, wish I could open this door, but I don't have arms, and then like waited for some...
No. That's too bold.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't see myself ever doing something like that.
Have you ever approached a guy? Or a girl? I'm not sure what your preference is.
I identify as straight.
Yeah.
No.
Never? Wow.
Maybe I'll take some tips from you. Are you in a relationship?
No. I've been single for 3 years. I'm trying to figure myself out here. So.
Do you identify as straight, gay?
I like women, but like, I'll see like a hot dude, and I'll be like, I'd probably like kiss him.
Okay.
But I don't want to,
Date him.
I don't like their,
Yeah.
that,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Have you ever considered like, if you could have something else for arms, what it would be?
Oh, like a bionic arm.
Like, instead of, yeah, or like
Prosthetics.
like Theragun instead of arms.
Why does that look like a vibrator?
Have you ever considered that?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
What if, okay, well think, like, if you could, like, it'd be cool to have like
A chainsaw?
like if I could swap out,
Like a haunted corn maze?
like if I could swap out my arms for chainsaws, that'd be pretty cool. You've never thought of that? Like having like an attachment or something else besides an arm?
No.
Wow.
I don't know. I never think like that. But I know some people do, especially with. I think that's more common with traumatic limb loss to have those like ideas. Yeah.
Do you want to see my last suggestion?
No. Do I? The first one you showed me looked like a vibrator, so not the lightsaber. We can't be friends.
That's a really good analysis. Like, because you've never had them, you don't really think about it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's bad if people do. I just think that me and my sister, specifically, like speaking from our own experience, I don't think we have that sort of imagination, or we don't imagine that for ourselves.
Yeah. You really love your sister a lot.
She's my bestie.
And she's here.
She's here.
You move this way.
That's just to prove to me, you're just trying to show me how strong you are.
You might need to move over a little bit more. You're welcome.
I beat him in a writing competition.
Oh, writing competition?
So, can we get a spark notes of your guys' story?
We were born and raised by a single mother. We were adopted from different parts of Vietnam, so we're not biologically related. My mom adopted Anna first, and then I was on the adoption website, and she wasn't going to adopt me, but then I was still on there a year later. She went back. She was like, that would be cool to raise them together so that they can have them, like, she can mentor Teresa, and like, then I got adopted.
Yeah, having each other is really great because like she truly is the only person that really understands what I go through and vice versa. And you know, when we're having like a tough day and we're just frustrated by the obstacles that we face, we'll just make like the most ridiculous jokes that we can never make with other people. And like we really truly understand each other's life and experience. So it's great having her.
Yeah.
So nothing's off the table between you two?
No, we joke about things that we would never joke about with other people.
Yeah, it's kind of like how, like, I'm Indian, so I can make fun of other Indians. It's like you guys both have no arms, so like, so you can make those jokes and it's not like, you don't take it personally.
Yeah.
Because you both have been through the experience.
Like, oh my gosh, do you ever get so annoyed when you want to get these pants and you can't wear them because they have a button? Like that type of shit. We'll make jokes about it.
But buttons are your enemies?
Well, how do you expect us to button our pants?
But I don't know how you guys do anything you fucking do. I'm like, I don't know how you're not naked right now.
Well, that would be a show.
Yeah, but like putting on clothes was one of the things where I was like,
It's the hardest thing.
that's number one.
Yeah.
I think so.
It is really difficult.
Do you have any like, is there any like apparatuses you can buy that help?
I have a hook.
We use hooks,
It looks
especially
like
for
a
our
weapon.
pants.
Yeah, do you want to see it?
You have it with you?
Well, how the fuck am I gonna go to the bathroom?
And there's no bidets here either, so. This is your hook?
Yeah, I get stopped in TSA for it.
Do you not want me to touch it?
You could touch it.
So you put this on the wall
Yeah.
and then, wow. Do you have your own hook too?
I don't use a hook. I just kind of have my own method.
Teresa's slacking.
Well, it's also easier because her hand works.
Yeah,
She has like a small hand and it
a
like,
little more functional.
yeah, mine is just decoration on my body. Doesn't do shit.
It holds credit cards though.
Yours can hold a credit card?
Yeah, but my fingers don't work. They're just there. They just dangle. It's so stupid. But yeah, it suctions on like this. Then you like pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could watch you, I mean, I don't know if this is me fetishizing people with no arms, but like I could watch you do shit with your feet for hours.
No, I think you're just curious. I don't think it's fetish like.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I don't get fetish vibes from you.
No.
Have you ever gotten?
Oh my God.
Yeah, ew.
It's a thing.
It's gross. Can you zip this? I'll hold it. This is like stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's gross.
That must be so fucking annoying.
It is.
It's gross too.
Where do you meet these people? Like on Instagram?
Yeah, they'll find us in.
Sometimes even in person, like you can tell. Because when we were younger, we would go to these conferences for kids with limb differences for like mentorship, and they'd be all over the country. And we think that people would like track where it is, and so they would just come and like literally stay at the hotel and like stalk the kids. Yeah, it's really creepy. It's a thing.
Damn. I feel so bad for you guys.
No, don't.
No?
It's nothing to feel bad about. It's just
Just
something to
something
be
to be
aware
aware
about.
of.
Wow. That's a t-shirt. Yeah, we're done.
That's it? The whole thing? Mm-hmm. Wow, that was really quick.
Gotcha.